Holy moly guacamole. Since when did we buy a TV? I don't know. I gotta get back to work. Hold on. I think we have an emergency. Let me check right here. Okay. No way. This is terrible. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we have an emergency. So it looks like a trailer and a truck just collided and it created this huge car crash. So we're going to save them, and before we do, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe, and let's begin. So let's open these doors. There we go. And we're going to hop into my brand new unmarked police car. Look at this thing. It kind of looks like a Ford, but it's not a Ford. It's called an APM. But anyways, let's hop in the car. Let's turn on our emergency lights. There we go. So let's make a left right here. I mean right, not a left. We are going to make a left right up here. So let's quickly make sure that the road is clear. All right. So far, I don't see anything, which is good. Let's see. I feel like I should have my sirens on. Holy moly guacamole. Let me turn it off actually. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The whole front got destroyed. Look at that. Wow. This is going to be quite the job for today. So it looks like we're going to need a tow truck. So we're going to go and head over to the mechanic shop. I believe they have one over there. So let me hop into my cop car and let's head over to the mechanic shop so we can get this tow truck and we can get that mess resolved, because it is bad. It is super bad. This might be one of the worst incidents I have seen in APM. So we're gonna make a left right here. All right, hopefully everyone can see me, and the mechanic shop should be down here. All right, let's pull in. All right, here's a mechanic shop. Let me just quickly leave this because this is an emergency. So let me hop into my tow truck, turn on the engine, and before I do head over, let me actually turn on my light bar. All right, nice. Make sure the road is clear. All right, we are in the clear. And before I head over where the incident is, I am going to go into the tool store so I can pick up a strap. I don't know if I will need it, but I don't know if I'm going to need it, but just in case, it's better be safe than sorry. So let me grab my strap. All right, and then let's hop back into the tow truck. Engine is on, and let's carefully back up. All right, nice. And before we do turn, let's make sure that everything is clear, which it is. And it looks like we have another turn right here. All right, cool. All right, and now all we have to do is drive for a little bit until we come across the incident. Alright, so the car crash is right here. So let me actually park right here. So let's remove the truck first. Let's do that. Let's start pulling this thing. There we go. Look at that. That was fairly easy actually. Wow. So I don't know. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. This thing really got messed up. So I think, I'm just going to leave it there for now. And then I'm going to focus on trying to pull the semi upward. So let's see. How should we do this? You know what? Let me actually turn it around right here. So let's do a quick U-turn. There we go. Let's see. Let me park the tow truck right here. And let me connect my strap. There we go. And then let's see, where can we connect the strap? Oh wait, we can connect it right here. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Hopefully this works. So let me hop back into the pickup. Oh, I was like, why is this not working? And my car engine was off. So let's try to pull this. Come on. Nope, it's not working. Hold on. Maybe if we try from this angle. So let me quickly disconnect this. There we go. Alright, so I ended up flipping the tow truck. Let me actually connect this back. There we go. Let's see, where can we connect this? Oh, right here. Right there. Let's see if this works. Let me hop back in. I'm going to try to get some speed. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Nope, but we were close. We were pretty close. So let me disconnect this again. I haven't tried up here. Maybe if I connect the tow strap to right here, maybe that will work. Alright, so let me hop back into the tow truck and let me actually adjust my vehicle and see if this new strategy works. So let me park it right here. Alright, so we connected it to the back of the semi. Hopefully this can work. I'm just praying it works. So let's try this again. Let me turn the engine on. Alright, and now we're gonna give it a good tug. Alright, come on. Come on, you can do it. Nope, it's not working. Wait, hold on. No way, we did it. So I ended up connecting my winch to the back of the semi, and I was really curious to see if that was going to work. As you guys can see, it actually worked. Oh my goodness. All right, so all we have to do is take this truck back to the mechanic shop and then come back for the semi and drive it back to the mechanic shop as well. So let's begin with the truck. Let me hop right in. Actually, first, let me disconnect my winch. All right, there we go. And now I wonder if I can connect it to the back. I guess let's try it out. So first, let's lower this. Let me actually unfold it. Look at that. Just like so. You know what? Let me extend it. All right, nice. And then let me lower this a little bit more. All right, nice. And let's see if this actually works. So let's slowly and carefully back up and see if we can connect this thing. So it looks like it does not want to connect for some reason. Maybe I have to connect it from the the front. Super odd that it does not want to connect. So I have an idea. I think I'm going to try to connect it from the front, but before I do, I'm gonna pull it a little bit. There we go. So we can have enough space so we can pull it on from the front. All right, slow down. Hold on, slow down. All right, there we go. All right, let me actually quickly disconnect this. All right, nice. Make a quick U-turn right here and get this thing, well, if it works, get this thing on top of the tow truck. All right, now let's carefully see if we can get this thing connected. Let me actually try to raise it a little bit. There we go. So we got the thing onto the tow truck. And now, where can I do a U-turn? I'm going to try to make a U-turn right here if I can. Alright, there we go. So I was able to make that U-turn right there. And now let's head over to the mechanic shop and drop this truck off so they can get it fixed. Alright, so we are going to make a left turn right here. Just like so. And I wonder what's kind of like hitting. I think something's hitting onto the street because I keep hearing tire screeches. But anyways, we're almost at the mechanic shop, which is going to be right here. Alright, let's pull in and let me actually open the garage before we do drop the truck. So let's open the garage just like so. I'm gonna have to turn right here, and I think that is going to be perfect. So let me drop this down. Alright, so we are lowering it just like so, and let me hop out actually so I can fully disconnect the truck. Alright, nice. Alright, so let me actually make sure that everything looks fine. The tow truck is a little bit out, but that's fine. Let me just close the garage. There we go. Alright, for a second I thought the garage was going to hit the car, but we are good. We are in the clear. So let me raise this thing and let me retract it just like so, and let me finish folding this thing. And now all we have to do is go and pick up the semi. So let's turn right here, and it looks like we can go 65. Oh, kind of going over the limit. Hopefully there's no cops hiding around. I definitely can't afford a ticket right now because I ended up buying a new Mustang. I don't know if you guys saw the last video, but I ended up buying a new Mustang and it kind of put quite the dent in my pocket, but here we are. Honestly, this semi looks perfect. There really isn't any issues with it because the truck was like kind of like the only vehicle that really suffered any major damages. So let me actually see if the semi does work. Let me turn on the beacons. There we go. And then let's see if the engine works in 3, 2, 1. It works. It actually works. Alright, so I guess let's go drop this off as well as to the mechanic shop because I honestly don't know where this semi was heading to or where the delivery was going to be made. So I'll just drop it off at the mechanic shop just so they can make sure that there really isn't anything wrong with this semi. But from my own experience, this semi seems to be driving perfectly fine. I'm not experiencing really any issues. I'm really surprised on the damage that this semi was able to take. I'm just gonna park it right here, and when they are finished, they can just take a look at it. Let me turn off the beacons. Let me turn off the engine, and there we go. So we've got the semi to the mechanic shop, and as well we've got the truck that is going to be fixed up, and all we have to do is head back and return the tow truck to the mechanic shop. So we are at the mechanic shop, so let me get this back up just like so. Make sure I'm carefully placed. Perfect. Alright, let's put it in park. Engine is off. We are back at the APM Sheriff's Office. I forgot to return my strap. I'll probably need it later, to be honest. But anyways, let me quickly write up the report. And there we go. I finished writing the report, and with that conclusion, we are done with today's video. So if you guys did enjoy that video, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on to the next APM video. Peace.